name is Simon 45, and welcome to A Light. By reading the description, it looks like we're going to make some choices on this game, and it looks like it's a survival visual novel, where we have no idea what we're doing in this room and how things are going to proceed. It does look like there's multiple different endings, but doing quick research on this game looks like it was a Kickstarter game. It's on Steam, PlayStation, Switch, so maybe Xbox, but here we go. So I'm excited. I love visual novels. I love finding new things about myself with these novels, and actually visual novels can help you out a lot in a lot of different departments. So here we go. Welcome to A Light in the Dark. This world is not fair. There was a saying. The world is one big, interactive machine, with the people as a cause, and the laws as the screws, the countless pieces, connected with each other in order to operate. Hey, Bleeding Shadow, I'm doing pretty good today, brother. Though continuations refining atop of repeated collapse and reconstructions, modern societies eventually form. The more complicated a machine appears to be, the more delicate it really is. One loose screw would stop the whole thing. One failed detail would lead to collapse. Therefore, we must ever vigilantly and watchfully and remove every single problematic piece. Oh, ooh. Mom needs to head out and tear something, so have dinner without me. You can eat whatever you like. If Daddy calls, just tell him I'm in class, okay? Oh. Laughter to unknown man. Very footsteps and then the sound of an engine starting. That's not good. It was at this moment I heard the sound of a distance from the machine. Oh, we know some kid's life is a little messed up right now. It was very cold. I felt like a freezing chill as I regained conscience. It was much that I felt the cold when I woke, but then an icy draft had caused me to wake up. As I opened my eyes, they were met by darkness. All I could make out was that I was in some sort of small room. This place was unknown to me. It wasn't my room, nor was it a hotel room. My head hurt as if I had a hangover. I tried to stand up in order to find some sort of light switch, but all I felt was my leg was numbness. Where am I? The smell of cigarettes and mold in the air was nauseating. As I fought to regain my bearings, I realized that something was not quite yet right. What happened to me? A sense of unease came over me. I tried to calm down and organize my thoughts. I recalled that I was on my way home from cram school. That's not good. Oh. Oh. No. Who are you? An unfamiliar voice rang in my ears. Right when I opened my mouth to ask. That's not good. Out of nowhere, a foot swiftly sunk into my stomach, launching me towards the wall. I felt my stomach turn and almost vomit. However, all that came out was a dry fit of coughing. I could have stopped spasming on the ground. All that was on my mind was the intense pain. Yet I was also too scared to make any sound. Who is she? My brothers. I have to escape. What happened to me? Oh my God. Can't read all that. Countless questions went through my mind. Before I could speak, I heard the cold voice again. There was no change in expression as she watched me struggle. There was nothing but a look of pure animosity in her eyes. I don't know what I did to you, but I'm sorry. I struggled to stand up, then came to a shocking realization that my limbs were numb. They were tightly tied up with rope. I struggled against it, but the rope was far tighter than I imagined. What was happening?
わからないの？それとも撃たれなければ学べない系？
What the hell is happening? Okay, this is interesting, Shadow. Bitch. Another kick made me almost scream and cuss at her. However, knowing now was not the time to confront her, I grit my teeth to force myself to stay calm. Anything I said at that moment would be fatal. I had to grasp the situation first. Suddenly she got closer, not realizing her intention. My body instantly tried to move away from her touch.
怖いか？
Noticing my silent reaction, she gave a snort of contempt. The last shred of defiance disappeared as soon as the blade touched my body. There was no chance of a victory no matter how I resisted. I waited for her next move. All I could hear in the quiet room was our shallow breathing. The tip of the blade moved across my skin, making a small cut. Are you? Oh man, this is gonna be an interesting novel, that's for sure. My tense-up nerves were extremely sensitive, detecting the exact temperature of the air, the crudness of the rope, and the sharpness of the blade. There was a certain feeling of warmth in the blood that flowed out from the wound and down my arm. Nevertheless, my mind was extremely clear. Kidnapping, human trafficking, organ trade. A few possibilities came to mind, but there was no way to
身
determine
代
which.
金が手に入るまで付き合いは長くなるだろうから言っておくけど。
What?
逃げないこと。許可なしに喋らないこと。私、わかった？
Oh my god, oh my god. Someone help me get out of here. I nodded quietly. I couldn't digest all the information at once. One keyword stood out. Ransom. The blade left my skin, and I swore I heard a little sigh escape from her. There was sound light footsteps moving towards the wall. Before I could even feel confused, a glaring light broke through the darkness of the room. Ah! Unable to distinguish the sudden brightness, it took me. What came to view was totally foreign to me. The room was roughly 300 square feet in size. The wall was meant for painting was now molten, its original color no longer visible. Time has its way with the room, causing everything to become decay, be it the wooden chair, desk, or bed, resulting in the smell of mold in the air was reminiscent of ruins you find in a movie. Oh, what the hell? The owner of this place stood near the window, with a taunting smirk on her lips.
こんなところに泊まったことはないだろう、お坊ちゃま。
I don't know who you are, but she's got a good design nonetheless. Oh, that's a good design. The words were clearly provocative, bearing the burden of pain. I tried to observe her through the lamplight. She was a young-looking woman. She wore a dark overcoat and a scarf. Her shoulder-length hair casually scattered behind her back, with bangs almost covering her eyes. Surprisingly, she wore no face mask or helmet, nor made any attempt to avoid staring. She didn't mind her face being seen. She didn't have the stereotypical look of a criminal, despite the hint of unease of her meager face. There wasn't an ounce of guilt within those dark brown. There wasn't a meager ounce of guilt within those dark brown pupils of hers that stared straight at me.
ねえ、わかる？あんたたちみたいな奴らは
Why
大
do you hate
嫌い。
people like me? She was talking to herself, ignoring how pale my face was, and making no attempt to elaborate. This was not a conversation, but simply a declaration. Who was she? Where was I? What did she want? Why did you do such a thing? Countless questions circled around my brain, but not a single sound came out of my mouth when I opened it. What did eventually come out was something totally unrelated. Why me? The unfamiliar dry voice sounded like some rough sandpaper.
なぜ？
Why? The girl mumbled my question next to the window. The light reflected off the girl's face. Orange spots of light scattered across her messy hair, dancing like fire. Contemplation. It took a while to raise her head again with a grin.
別に理由はないよ。
Well, that's reassuring. As I thought it was only natural. The emptying voice held no emotions, but instead a malevolent sense of pleasure.
世の中はもともと不公平なんだ。あんたたちが言ってきたことだろ。
Seeing the shock in my eyes, she chuckled. With that mocking statement, the curtain was raised for this kidnapping incident. What in the world is this? Alright, that was the first one, kidnapping. This is going to be interesting. So we're going to be saving a lot. Oh, but that's the autosave. Here we go. Next. Day 1. Kidnap. Ooh. Sorry about that, guys. I stood in the world of darkness. There was no sky, no ground, only endless darkness. A dream. I realized amidst all the fuzziness that I was in a dream, yet I couldn't control my thoughts. The intermittent noise was annoying, like a radio with a poor signal. The sun on the ground began to slowly sink, as if it was quicksand. I tried to move my legs, but I realized I couldn't. My heels, my knees, and then my arms. The darkness gradually devoured my body. I heard the vivid, distant stain before my vision was overtaken. I hate people like you. Day 1, morning. Still half asleep, I opened my eyes. The room before me was still the same unfamiliar one. So it wasn't a dream. A long sigh couldn't relieve the depression in my chest, and my heart sunk into the pit of my chest. Funny girls, I was kidnapped. What was their objective? What should I do? My mind was all blank. There was more confusion than fear. It's been said that in the presence of a threat, you either become petrified, try to flee, or try to fight. Reflexivity stopped me in an action to avoid catching predators. Attention was probably the best way to describe how I felt. I tried to pull the rope, but nothing happened. The headache was hard to bear. The pain medication used to keep on me was in my bag, which is out of reach in my current state. Damn it! My mind did get clear after sleeping. Everything that happened yesterday felt like a dream, but the reality of it was right before my eyes. Can we stop panning, please? Morning light brightened the room. I could see the peeling paint on the wall and the old pieces of furniture. But there was nothing but decay, as though it was untouched for a long time. Was it an abandoned, empty house? Or did they actually live here? The kidnapper was nowhere to be found. I couldn't hear anything, unless I couldn't tell how many people were around. Perhaps shouting my head might get someone's attention, but the kidnapper might also be outside the door. Time decision system. You must take selection within the time limit. Time runs out. One of the choices will be randomly chosen instead. This indicates the remaining time available. Use the analog stick or a directional pad to make your decision. Well, this one's easy. Contemplate the situation. Let's contemplate the situation. My yelling might not be heard, and I could be in trouble if I got the kidnapper attention instead. I can still feel pain where I got kicked from the day before. I try to make myself a little more comfortable and relax my back by leaning on the wall. First, my physical condition. My hands were tied up to the point that I had no space to move around, let alone release the rope. My body overall was fine, but I couldn't really rest in this position. I had to save my energy to escape. So where to start? My memory before arriving, I was on my way home from cram school. Someone suddenly called my name when I passed by a road under construction. Letterbox. My mouth was covered before I could turn around. The last thing I remember was the smell of some chemicals. Some sort of arsenic. Ether? Maybe. It felt like some plot straight from a movie that I never imagined would happen to me. Not that many people passed by that place. Nor was there a surveillance camera. No one probably would notice I was kidnapped yet. I was uncertain there was an accomplice. I was not particularly bulky, but I doubt she could drag me all by herself. In fact, who called me back then anyway? Despite my best effort, I couldn't remember that person's gender. Before I could think further, I heard footsteps outside. I couldn't help but tense up. Who's that? Before I made up my mind how to respond, I saw the girl pushing the door. Oh shit! Holding the knife and wearing the same overcoat and scarf, she stared at me. I tried to look back calmly and clearly feel my rapid heartbeat. Hey, back up. Back up. I looked at her silently. I'm gonna. Oh, you can't. Oh, this game has a strict autosave. I love that about games and hate it too at the same time. But here we go. I looked at her silently, trying to guess her intentions from her words and action. It was an unfamiliar situation, and there were too many questions still unanswered. The location, the time, their objectives, and any sort of information would help.
親父殿が金を出したらあんたを返すから、おとなしくしな。
You're free once your daddy pays up, so stay
でない
quiet.
と、どう
Otherwise,
なっても
I
知らない
can't
から。
guarantee what will happen to you. It was easy to see her face in the sunlight. Her neglected long hair was messy, and the long bangs almost blocked her vision. Her pale skin was makeup, more like something she was born with, or the result of poor health, or maybe drug abuse?
おい。
Hey. The girl's voice broke my train of thought. She stared coldly at me, with a cigarette
言
still
っ
in
て
hand.
おくけど、あんたの親父と連絡がつくまでの間、これは遊びじゃないし、私はあんまり忍耐強くない。黙らせるために、あんたの骨を1本2本くらい折ってもいいんだから。
Digesting her every word, and pondered what to say. Got it. I'll play by your rules. Still assessing the best way to deal with her, I should avoid tricking her for my own safety.
お利口さんだね。
You better. I am free once you get the money, right?
さあ、どうだろう。
Her nonchalant answer proved my guess. Not that her assent meant anything. If a kidnapper promise actually meant anything, then even world peace wouldn't have been a pipe dream.
コウ・ハオちゃん、18歳。コウ・イエイ会長の一人息子で、住まいは中世色セッションに。普段は一人暮らし。朝10時前後に朝食を買いに出、火曜と木曜は塾通い。夜9時に終わって。
She lazily read my information, and from time to time, paused to look at me, as though anticipating something. Quite comprehensive. Leaking personal information was new, but it was still uncomfortable to hear someone knowing their daily routine, like they knew their own garage. If she knew that much about me, then that mean an acquaintance of mine was behind all of this? But my best... Sorry about that. Attempts to remember still failed. How to believe she had any reason to... Me! No one but my parents and the building security knew my schedule, and none of them should be the leaker. First thing first. You don't have to keep my feet tied up, you know. I have no intention of running. Even if you don't believe me, my hands are still tied. Also, you have a knife. I couldn't run like this even if I wanted to. It's really uncomfortable being tied up like this. And it's just point...
言ったよね。あんたたちみたいな奴らは大嫌い。生まれた時から使い切れないほど金があって、苦労したこともなく、何もできないくせに上から目線で偉そうにしている。
What the fuck is she talking about?
苦しい？だから何？もっと苦しい。
Personnel. I felt her animosity. I didn't want to explain it to her. Too many people found society to be unfair, always blaming their failures on someone else, thinking they were the victims of the system. It was that easy to convince.
どうしたの？
Noticing my silence, she tried to provoke me. What are you talking about? I knew she shouldn't try. I couldn't stop myself. I couldn't tolerate such extreme takes on things. If I let her keep going, things might be going. I didn't know anything about you. Did you think you know everything about me? My words went straight for Flancy for logic. Couldn't help but laugh. If you just want to take out someone, say it. Stop making it sound like everyone owes you. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen.
だま。あんたら皆同じよ。その口先の弁。バカなの？もちろん金のため。当然。あんたたちをちょっと痛い。そうでもしないと。あんたなら。まあ、あんたの親父が早く。
So too. Can't observe. Can rest. What's your name?
ん？行為。
Sega.
あんたが警察に通報するときに。そんなのどうでもいいだろ。友達を作る。
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay, hold on. I'm like getting glitched right now. I can't get out of this. So we're going to have to load and kind of like skip some of the stuff again. That's a glitch right there. Alright, come on, load back up, load back up, load back up. I don't believe it, I'm in another glitch. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'll get back to the point where I was last time. I'll be right back.